What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Daniel, and welcome back to the video. Today, I'm doing my 2023 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series Championship predictions. We'll go through all four drivers who will be competing for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series Championship, and I will tell you who I think will be your 2023 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series Champion. So anyways, let's go ahead and just jump straight into it. Let's start off by talking about the first driver, and that is Cory Heim. Cory Heim has won 3 races in 2023, has 12 top 5s, 19 top 10s, has led 564 laps, which is the most of anybody in the field, and has a 6.2 average finish. Cory Heim has had an incredible year and one of the greatest Truck Series seasons for a single driver in the history, especially in the last 10 years. And what's really crazy about this is he won the regular season championship despite missing a race. Remember, he missed Gateway early in the year due to health issues. It is extremely impressive to watch what Cory Heim's done. His 3 wins have come at earlier this year at Martinsville, holding off a hard-charging Kyle Busch. He also won at Mid-Ohio and then won at Bristol to get to the championship 4. Cory Heim, like I said, has had an incredible year in 2023, and in my opinion, absolutely deserves to have a really good chance and opportunity to win this championship. He would be the most deserving driver to get it done this year. I think he's got a really great chance and really great opportunity to get it done. And of course, he will have, if he doesn't win it this year, he does have an opportunity in 2024 to get it done. But I do truly believe that Cory Heim has a really fantastic chance, a really great shot, and a fantastic opportunity to get it done. I think he will for sure be a threat to have a chance to win the championship in 2023. He's the first one competing for the championship. He compared to his teammates as well and everyone else in this field. He's had a great year. He's the first driver that will be competing for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series Championship. The second driver who will be competing for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series Championship is a driver of the 42 truck for Nice Motorsports, Carson Oar. Carson Oar has won 4 races in 2023, those coming at Texas, Nashville, earlier this year at a couple other races at Richmond, and then of course he won at the most recent race at Homestead Miami Speedway to get into the championship 4. Carson Oar also scored 11 top 5 finishes, has 13 top 10s, has 271 laps led, has a 10.8 average finish, which was the third best average finish of the 4 drivers. Carson Oar was a little bit reckless at the start of 2023, but at the second half of this year, Carson Oar has really cleaned that up and has become a very solid driver in 2023 and has a lot of momentum. He's been extremely consistent in these playoffs so far, and like I said, has a ton of momentum after winning at Homestead Miami Speedway. You look at Carson Oar as well at Phoenix Raceway, he has been extremely good there. I should also mention Cory Heim's also been good at Phoenix in the 1 or 2 races that he ran there, but Carson Oar has been up front in all the races he's ran at Phoenix Raceway the last couple years. And what's really good for Carson Oar is I think he's going to be really good in the Cup Series next year because he's also, there's only opportunities to get out of the win a Truck Series Championship because remember, Carson Oar is going Cup Series racing in 2024 with Spire Motorsports on a multi-year deal in the 77 car, which of course he did drive for them in the Xfinity Series. Carson Oar has been one of the most biggest mature drivers in the series this year in 2023, and I think he's got a really great chance and a really strong opportunity to win this championship. Like I said, I think he's got a fantastic shot to get it done this year. I expect him to be a major threat. I expect him to be a major contender for the championship this year, and I think he's got a really good chance to get it done, especially with all of the momentum. I think he's going to be a big threat to get it done this Friday night. The third driver who will be competing for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series Championship is the driver of the 23 truck for GMS Racing, Grant Infinger. Grant Infinger has won 3 races in 2023, those coming at Kansas, Gateway, and Milwaukee, which will be very important and we'll talk about later. He has scored 9 top 5s this year, he has 12 top 10s, has led 232 laps, which is the second least of anybody in this 4, and has a 9.1 average finish, which is the second best of the 4 drivers competing for the championship. Grant Infinger has been extremely consistent this year, averaging, like I said, a 9.1 is extremely impressive. One of the things I want to talk about is the 2 of those 3 races have been won at tracks very similar to Phoenix, Milwaukee, and Gateway. Most drivers in the field in any of the 3 respective series say if you win at the 2 tracks I mentioned, you have a really good chance to win the championship. And this is a nothing to lose championship for Grant Enfinger, because this, of course, is going to be end of era for GMS Racing. They are the sentimental favorites among the 4 drivers in the field, from probably the field as well, because like I already mentioned, GMS Racing is going to shut down at the end of 2023. So a lot of drivers would love to see Grant Enfinger get it done. I've always been a fan of Grant Enfinger as well. And this is, I believe, that only the first time he's ever competed for a championship. He had one of the best cars trucks in 2021 and also 2020. Obviously did not make the championship for in those respective years, but he still has had a very good year, and he was expected to be a championship threat and contender. I do believe that Grant Enfinger does have a very good chance, a really strong opportunity, and I think he will for sure be a threat to get the championship done this year at Phoenix Raceway. He's going to have a good chance to get it done. I expect him to be a major threat and contender for the championship. And the fourth and final driver that will be competing for the Truck Series Championship in 2023 is the driver of the 99 truck for Thorsport Racing, Ben Rhodes. Ben Rhodes has only won 1 race so far in 2023, which is the least of the 4 drivers competing, that coming at Charlotte Motor Speedway. He's only had 6 top 5s, which again is the least of any driver in the field, has 13 top 10s, which is about the second most of the field, and he has 112 laps led, which is again, most of those came at Charlotte Motor Speedway, and has 11th place average finish. Ben Rhodes got to the championship for this year because he basically played a really great strategy call along with crew chief Rich Lucius. They played an amazing and a really great strategy call getting to this point. They had a really good call at Homestead. They decided, I think, to stay out a little bit longer on the older tires. They dropped a lot of ground and dropped the 3rd position, but they end up getting the championship on a tiebreaker, and obviously end up finishing 2nd because Zane Smith was disqualified from the event, which of course he's a defending Truck Series champion. Now, the one advantage that Ben Rhodes does at least have, at least here, is the fact that he is a champion of the year. He's the only champion competing for this because he won the championship in 2021, and after the race, he was very, very happy to win that championship. So that's the big advantage that Ben Rhodes has. I think he is the least likely to win. It's probably the underdog going into this championship race because, like I said, of the 4 drivers, he's been the least performing driver of this year. Just in general, Thorsport Racing has been a little bit down in performance compared to a lot of the other organizations in this field. But I think Ben Rhodes does have a solid chance and a solid opportunity to get it done. I think he will be for sure a threat. And like I said, I think he's got a really good opportunity and a really good possibility and chance to contend for a championship. I expect him to be a threat this upcoming Friday at Phoenix Raceway. I do think he's got a good chance, possibility, to get it done. So, those are the 4 drivers who will be competing for the Craftsman Truck Series Championship. So, who do I think is going to win? Let's first talk about this. I don't think Ben Rhodes is going to win the championship. I think he's off the market, and here's why. Ben Rhodes, in my opinion, while I think he's got a decent shot, Thorsport Racing just hasn't had the overall pace and speed to contend. So I think it is a 3-man race for this championship between Cory Heim, Carson Oar, and Grant Enfinger. Cory Heim has been, like I said, the most consistent driver so far in 2023, and I think it would be really cool for him to be the most consistent guy who won this regular season championship, I think, a week early. I think it'd be really cool for him to get it done. He's got a good chance. Carson Oar has a really good chance because he's been good at Phoenix Raceway, and of course, because he has a ton of momentum currently at the moment, I think he's got a really good opportunity to get it done there. And then, of course, Grant Enfinger. Grant Enfinger, in my opinion, may be the favorite between these 3 because of where he won at. Like I said, Milwaukee and Gateway. 2 tracks very similar to Phoenix Raceway, 2 really flat tracks very similar to that. So I think he's got a really good chance to get it done. And I think now, let's now go to who I think who's going to win it. Now, personally, I want to see either Carson Oar or Grant Enfinger win the championship. Carson Oar is my favorite driver currently in the Truck Series right now, and he's done a fantastic job this year. I get more excited about him winning than anybody else. He's really come his own this year, and it'd be really cool to see him win the championship. And as for Grant Enfinger, I would love to see him win because I've been a fan of Grant's for a few years, and Grant Enfinger has done a really good job in the Truck Series this year, and also we know that GMS Racing is going to shut down at the end of the year. But I believe that Cory Heim is going to win the 2023 Craftsman Truck Series Championship. Cory Heim is my championship pick, and here is why. I know Cory Heim has only ran, I think, at Phoenix once, but he ran pretty good there. And he was also up front in the other concrete races that we ran this year. On top of that as well, He has been extremely consistent, and he's the most deserving driver who is competing for the championship this year. Again, it'd be really cool for Carson Oar, Grant Infinger to get it done, and I think they're going to have a really good chance to contend with Cory Heim for this championship. But at the end of the day, I think it is going to be Cory Heim's championship to lose. I believe that Cory Heim is going to be your 2023 Craftsman Truck Series championship. If he doesn't get it done this year, he can win in 2024, but I think he holds off Carson Oar and Grant Infinger to win this championship. Cory Heim is my 2023 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series championship pick. I think he gets it done this year in 2023, and I think he's going to win the race. In fact, I think if you're going to win this championship, you do have to win the race. So I'm picking Cory Heim not only to win the race, which you'll see the race picks later today, but I'm picking him to win the race and the championship as well. Cory Heim is my pick. So those are my 2023 NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series championship predictions. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notifications on, so if I win a video, it does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support my Patreon as well. Links description below that, and comment your thoughts below on today's video. Who is your 2023 Craftsman Truck Series Championship pick? Let me know in the comments below. Later today on the channel, we're going to have the NASCAR news video drop on the channel, and of course, we're going to have the Truck Series race picks for the championship race at Phoenix. And then tomorrow on the channel, we'll have the NASCAR Xfinity Series championship predictions along with the race picks for the Xfinity Series race. Then on Wednesday, there's going to be a NASCAR news video drop on the channel along with the Cup Series championship predictions. And then on Thursday, will be race picks for the Cup Series race at Phoenix Raceway. And then on Friday, we'll have the Truck Series champion video talking about who wins the championship there, along with, of course, the basically the news video dropping. And then throughout the weekend, we've got championship videos dropping. We got a lot of fantastic content dropping the channel that I cannot wait for you guys to check out. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.